back to Telstra Channel 9's Grand Final Day coverage, and we're standing by for a start to Newtown versus Parramatta in the Premier League Grand Final in the sheds with the Jets, the Parramatta Eels. Plenty of first grade experience across both teams here. The lineups today, a lot of Grand Final experience from the lower grades too with some of these players. The Parramatta side ready at fullback, Waiselli and Williams on the wings. He's off to the Roosters next year. Farah and Tortai in the centres. Green and Marcus Perenara the halves. Henry Perenara, the lock forward and captain. The second row is Mateo and Paea. Front row of Oak, Lewis and Keating. And on the bench for the Eels, Dalton, Inu, Wood and Frith. The coach of this Eels side is Craig Colnane. And the Newtown Jets, they act as the Premier League club for the Sydney Roosters. So you have seen plenty of these players in first grade this year for that club. Kirk at fullback, Kenny Dowell and Malcolm on the wings. Millars and Aubusson the centres. Lewis and Soward the halves. Dumas lock. The Paea brothers in the second row. Mickey and Lapini. Hall and Tonga with L'Estrange in the front row. And the bench for Newtown, Lai, Manure, Burns and Schubert. Paul Young the coach. As Parramatta come out. And last year, Parramatta defeated the Roosters in the Premier League Grand Final 31-12, a victory they set up in the first half when they led 18-0. These two sides have played a couple of times this year. Parramatta winning on both occasions. Different story though when you come to the Grand Final. Finals form has been good for both clubs. In fact, some may suggest Newtown have been a little more impressive. They were last week in beating the Dragons 38-28. Eels got home against Manly 20-16 with a late intercept. And Henry Perenara, the 13 and captain for this side. The Roosters and Newtown combined have had some great Grand Final success in recent years. Some of these players playing on this day for the third straight year. How good is it to see the jumper of the Newtown Jets, the Paramount shirts, the old sponsors of the Jets when they made the Grand Final in '81. And we'll be crossing to the sideline during the call to Tommy Raudonikis, the captain of Newtown on that day in '81. Great to have Tommy as part of the team. Lana Birchall, Timmy Gilbert on the sideline as well. And in the box, Ben Eichen and Mark Geyer. And first hit up of the match to Brendan Oak. And first penalty of the match to Parramatta. First of all to Ben Eichen.
Just walk away. Just walk away.
Bit to prove here in this Premier League Grand Final.
Yeah, most definitely. Parramatta had a great couple of seasons now. A lot of influence here from the Parramatta first grade coach Jason Taylor. And a lot of these players playing for the Eels today, I expect them to be very systemised in their attack. They'll be a great defensive outfit. Newtown are really going to have their work cut out for them.
And the big MG, growing up following your footy as you did, as a hit up there from Zeb Paea. Everyone had a soft spot for Newtown.
25 years ago, Bossy, we've seen these two teams play against each other in the grand final. It was Premier League this time, but last time it was first grade. Fireworks, big Tommy on the sideline, I can't wait.
Eels with the ball, 5 metres inside their own half. And keen to attack down the left side. Keep your eyes on Folletti Mateo. Had a season with a London club last year in the Super League, but back with Parramatta. He will play more first grade, don't worry about that. Eels are 29 metres away from the Newtown line. And now Blake Green, on it comes for Lewis. He's off to the West Tigers next year, this front rower for Parramatta. Former Warrior, former Panther. Keating in at acting half, 25 metres out from the line. Last tackle, Green's kick to the corner, covered up there by Troy Malcolm. He is a flyer on the wing for Newtown, driven back by Mateo. Back close to the goal line. And the Jets are in possession, and with it is Aiden Kirk. Keep you updated with their backgrounds and where they're headed. Aiden Kirk, the fullback for Newtown. He's signed with the Warriors for next year. Going to link up with his old lower grade coach, Ivan Cleary. Now Soward on for Glenn Hall. He's off to Manly. Tackled there by Marcus Perenara. 30 metres out from their own line. Newtown in possession. Jersey flag won by Penrith. And here we have a battle of 1 versus 2. Parramatta were minor premiers with 42 competition points. Newtown finished second on 38 points. So a tight go going into this one. Soward's kick. Bounced up there for Waiselli. On the wing for the Eels. On the right wing. Kiwi in the back line. Now with Joel Reddy. Played a bit of first grade, tackled short of the 40.
Have a go at the halfback for Parramatta, Marcus Perenara. He's a big man for a halfback, so he looks like Olsen Filipina.
Olsen, the former Kiwi international. Marcus not quite to those lofty heights yet. His brother Henry did play a test some 5 years ago. Just the one test for the Kiwis. I'm told neither of the Perenara brothers will be at the club next year. Lewis tackled 40 metres out from the Newtown line. Last tackle with Keating. Back, and Marcus Perenara able to steady before putting this one up. Wants him to handle it at the back, and Kirk does just that. You can hear the footsteps of Zeb Paea getting a little closer, and he stood his ground.
Parramatta Eels are very good at committing to a lot of the stuff that you don't get credit for individually as a player. Kick chase, line speed in defence. It's what they've built their success off the back of in 2005 and 2006. The Newtown Jets, they're going to have to weather the storm here in the early minutes. Just hang in there and complete sets under pressure to keep themselves in this game.
Now L'Estrange tackled outside the 30. We'll show you what we've done for Tommy in just a moment as our very special guest on the sideline. He is a VIP. Newtown fighting touch. They've got one of the best kicking games in any competition. There's the chair for Tommy. That cost us $15 at the local hardware. And the great man Tommy Raudonikis. Now you take it easy down there, Tommy. Don't get too fired up and run out and play for Newtown today.
Bossy, do we fear if there's a blue on, there could be trouble?
Cattle dog, cattle dog.
Yeah, guys, I tell you something here. What a great start to this grand final. But I tell you what, I think Newtown with their halves, Josh Lewis and also Jamie Soward, and we'd seen Josh Lewis made a great kick there. Well, I don't know whether it was a 40-20. It was, I think. And Newtown get the feed, and they're on the attack.
They are the dulcet tone to the great one, Tommy Raudonikis. And yes, it was Lewis. Ricky Stewart, now the former Roosters coach, went on record as saying that Lewis has just about the biggest kicking game he's ever seen. High praise for a young bloke. Here is Soward. He's a pretty handy kicker as well. Back for Dumas. Newtown 2 metres out from the line. Looking to come up with first points. L'Estrange at dummy half. Out for Soward. On for Lewis. Then on for Kirk. Kirk had support inside of Paea. Kirk gets over for the first try. Newtown are on the board. We wind back the clock on grand final day. It is 4-0 to the Jets. The Premier League Grand Final on Channel 9. Eels and Jets, Parramatta and Newtown. And Aiden Kirk, the man on screen, 20 years of age, scoring the try, his 9th of the year in this grade. As I mentioned, off to the Warriors next year. Nice passing. Paea runs a little decoy inside, and Kirk between Perenara and Tortai.
In the end, it was a great try that probably shouldn't have been scored. Fantastic individual effort. Set up by a great 40-20 tick by Josh Lewis. Got them in great position. They're able to capitalise the Newtown Jets.
And Lewis it is with the kick. He won a grand final last year, jersey flag with the Dragons. Unsuccessful there. 4-0 scoreline. Tommy, sideline, Newtown backing up what you said, the great start.
Yes, a great start there by Newtown, but I'll tell you something. Yes, go back to this kick by Lewis, the 40-20. I'll tell you, he's a very talented player, and I thought that set up this try. And young Aiden Kirk, by geez, he really goes towards this line here. He's been very good early in this match. He has taken the ball under pressure very well. Mate, there's going to be a sensational match.
I think I'm right in saying the kick from Paul Morris, he was the Newtown 5'8", wasn't he, in the 81 grand final, and the try from Phil Sigsworth.
Yes.
We'll go back there.
We've been wrapping Josh Lewis's kicking game, but remember Freddie Fittler this time last year put the mocker on Jamie Soward. Said he had the best kicking game in the Premier League in the country.
This bloke, he's a big bonus, isn't he? Big Charlie Tonga. Big lot of first grade experience, and along with Dumas at lock forward and Glenn Hall, a lot of experience.
Here's another kick from Lewis, and it's from inside the 40 again. Waiselli going back. Look at that bounce. Comes back. Soward got there first. Doesn't get to it. Nor did Waiselli, but Reddy did. Parramatta in possession.
Looks like the try scorer of Aussie's leaving the field. Aiden Kirk.
Off goes Aiden Kirk. He had blood from the nose. He's limping as well. And that sends Aaron Lai out there to fullback. He was named to start on the wing and was replaced by Sean Kenny Dow. He comes on early, and Lewis with a ball hit hard, lost it, and knock-on call.
They're working well, the Newtown Jets. The thing I like about them is they're strong in the key areas, the 9, the 6, the 7 and the 1. The 6 and the 7 especially are very creative, and if the Parramatta Eels are going to continue to give the Jets field position like this, believe you me, Josh Lewis and Jamie Soward will take advantage of it.
MG was talking about first grade experience. The stats are the Eels have 7 players who have played first grade. The Roosters have 11 who have played in the NRL. 8 of those have played this year for the Roosters. Now with the ball is Lai, held up 30 metres out from the line. L'Estrange, good acting half, very efficient. Lewis inside for Hall. Hall with the honour of captaining the side today in the proud Newtown colours. Held there by Oak and Lewis, and will play it 15 metres from the line. L'Estrange turns inside. Paea does well. That's Lapini Paea. Gets to within 5 of the line. Zeb Taylor made the tackle with Brendan Oak. L'Estrange across to Big Tonga. Big Charlie has gone over for the try. You don't reckon he enjoyed that one. Charlie Tonga scores Newtown's second try. It is 8-0.
We spoke about the big fella, Charlie Tonga. A wealth of experience. Look at the sides of the man. Looks beautiful in the blue jersey of the Newtown Jets. A dummy pass from L'Estrange. Thought it was going to the second man, but big Charlie, too hard to stop from there. Goes right over the little Paranara in the second row as well in Lewis, but great ball.
It was a no-look pass,
disguised ball, beautiful ball.
No-look pass from Heath L'Estrange. He was one of those key players we spoke about before. He's had some first-grade experience. That's going to serve them well today. And, of course, big Charlie Tonga, give him the ball coming that hard and that fast, that close to the line. He's going to be hard to stop.
Tonga was all set to go to Huddersfield next year, but had some visa problems and won't be going. So I think you'll find he'll still be at the Roosters next year. He did have a 2-year contract. They were prepared to release him to go to the Super League. That appears to have fallen through. Good try from close range, and over to Josh Lewis again. Tommy's getting all fired up. He was on his feet when they scored that one. 10 points to nil sideline. Also down close to the action, Lana Birchall.
Yeah, not the start Parramatta were looking for. I mean, 5 minutes have gone and they're down 10-0. Last year, they went up 18-0. Now, as for Aiden Kirk, he came off for the Newtown Jets. Looks like a knee injury. The doctors are looking into it now. Hopefully, he'll be back on the field.
It's a really ominous sign, isn't it, boys? The kick then from the 40-20 attempt. Jamie Soward ran through and almost recovered it, and really didn't deserve to. And the Parramatta boys have started right on the wrong foot here.
And Newtown in possession. Hall comes back, gets over the 10-metre line for Newtown, runs straight up at Oak. And Zeb Taylor. He's back to the 20. Aaron Lai, he would have been disappointed to be relegated from the starting side, but there's the opportunity. Come into the game after 6 or 7 minutes. They've lost the ball. Lai, 25 metres out from the line. Parramatta goes straight on the attack. And with it is Feletti Mateo, spinning into the tackle of L'Estrange and Paea. Parramatta's chance. First of the game, really. 15 metres out from the line. Here's Lewis. And held by Hall. Keating. They come right. Marcus Perenara threw the ball up for Zeb Taylor. Held in the tackle. Soward was first man in. 5 metres from the line. Keating swings it back left. Little bat on there for Reddy. He was lunging forward, then got up, was able to run, spun around, decided to hang on to it. Lapini Paea made the tackle. And Eels now 15 out. Keating back for Green, gets it back in field. Back there was the lock for Dumas. Parramatta have the try. Halfback Marcus Perenara. The Eels are on the board. It is 10 points to 4. 13 minutes gone. Grand final day in the Premier League decider. The minor premiers getting their first try. 10 points to 4. Came about from a turnover in possession. Now Williams is the kicker. He's off to the Roosters next year. Johnny Williams. And successful with that. 10 points to 6. Entertaining stuff. Tommy, sideline.
Yes, well, let's go back to the strip by Henry Perenara, that's how you say his name, and he's the captain of the side. The one-on-one strip put under Newtown under intense pressure, but I thought the Newtown's defence was going to hold. But then we came to the sixth tackle. They put that little kick up, and we were a little bit lucky to regather, but they did and scored a try.
Well, I'll tell you that young Perenara, Marcus Perenara, he might look like a pool table, but he jumps like a pogo stick. Great leap from the little round man.
Yes, I guess pogo sticks can jump.
I
suppose if you throw them.
Boing, boing.
So Parramatta on for Oak. Copped a bump on the way through. Dumas got in there nice and low, the former Shark, to make the tackle. Here's Keating, they roll forward. Perenara has made a good start to the game. And we'll play it 40 metres out from the line. The Eels, and they'll kick now with Green. And he goes deep. They're playing with Malcolm on the wing, Lai with two on his back. Play at fullback. Malcolm was hit high by Lewis, and now we've got some drama. Malcolm bringing it back, the Newtown winger, at some speed, but so too did the defence approach him. There's a big forearm with a guard on it of Peter Lewis.
Round the neck, Benny.
Oh, look, I think it's high, there's no doubting that. The thing for me this early has been the lack of ability of either team to be able to build pressure. It's either going from mistake to mistake, penalty to penalty, and neither Newtown or Parramatta have been really able to defend their own defensive line. They're just giving easy yards away here. That's what we call a piggyback. Newtown going to come for a kick. I'll get into the Parramatta Eels half here, have a great opportunity to attack. And with Josh Lewis and Jamie Soward throwing Heath L'Estrange at their creative best so far in this game, the Eels are going to have their work cut out for them.
Even though we're only 15 minutes into this encounter, you get the feeling that whichever team consolidates and gets a repeat set will at least go to the half-time break in the better position.
And Newtown with Paea bringing it back for the Jets, almost back to halfway. Lewis only penalised for the tackle, and Malcolm's okay. Now Lapini Paea gets inside the 40. Mickey and Lapini, and then Lalea's off to the Gold Coast next year, so breaks up the three brothers. Tonga, good offload for Hall. Hall keeps it alive for Soward. Soward got past Williams and is held 22 metres from the line. This is bright, entertaining attacking play from both teams. Tonga on an inside ball. Held low down 15 metres out from the line by Brendan Oak. L'Estrange. There is Lewis. He'll kick back to the left. Plenty of Newtown jumpers there. Soward's there. But Perenara is back. The pogo.
It's a great leap.
He's diffused it.
Was a great leap. I get the feeling here watching Newtown play, they want to outscore the Eels. They're throwing the ball around. They look enthusiastic. They look excited. They want points.
I don't like the Harper player, but he's the most unlikely looking halfback I've ever seen in my life. Young Perenara, but he's got some great skill.
They have said that about Andrew Johns, you know.
Yeah, true.
They're telling us Marcus is 96 kilos, the halfback, 20 years of age. So not quite to the 100 kilo mark.
I think Tommy got to that on a kangaroo tour one year.
Well, that's slanderous, that is, Spitty.
That's when he threw the bags out of Greggy Elephant or Stevie Mortimer.
Nice offload there from Henry Perenara, and Oak goes through the centre. Wrapped up by Paea, wrapped up by Hall, last tackle. 20 metres out from the line. Keating, they want to run it. Kick from Mateo. He's got plenty of skills. Lai has to take it. Touch in goal. And there's our in-goal judge right on the spot as they were in the jersey flick.
It's end-to-end stuff, isn't it? They're basically, by the end of the set, nearly in a scoring opportunity here, the Eels. I don't think this game's going to be about defence. And I think that's something that the Eels have prided season 2006 off the back of. But this is going to be a point-scoring fest, if you ask me.
So line drop out, and again you get to see the kicking talents of Lewis, see how far he can put this one. No real breeze here inside the stadium. There he goes. Bounces up high for Marcus Perenara. And Oak comes back and hit hard in the tackle of Schubert. Tommy, sideline.
Yes, guys, well, the Newtown Jets are under intense pressure here. One thing they have to start doing, their speed of line is just not quick enough, and the Parramatta forwards are just making so much yardage. But go back to that great kick there by, who was it? It was number 11, I think, a forward kicked the ball. And I'll tell you what, and that was started them up, put them under great pressure.
It was lovely stuff, Tommy. Folletti, Paea, and now here is Lewis. Parramatta back in that zone, offloading. Keating, quick hands. Here's Paea again. Dummy from Folletti. Paea kept it alive. Intercept, and the Jets come back. The Jets over the 20 with Lyon. Now tackled, in fact, Malcolm. 25 metres out from their own line. And now it's Lye. And now a penalty. So how quickly it turns against Parramatta.
Yeah, just a lack of experience and really for Matteo. I mean, all he had to do was hold on to the ball. Fourth tackle, you know, get one in behind, and look where they are now. The Newtown Jets are on the attack once more.
Tongas to the interchange bench for Newtown. They have it 40 metres out from the line. Danny Williams is there.
Danny Williams.
Before on grand final day. Yep, from Mackay in Queensland. Now L'Estrange. 25 metres from the line. Williams, one of the products of that wonderful Jersey Fleek side a couple of years ago. Hall. And he will play it. 19 metres out from the line. Perenara. Paea made the tackle. L'Estrange decides to run straight where the markers could have been. And he stole 10 metres. Hall dummy half. Soward left side, cut out ball. High one it was for Mellars. He's big out the centres. We've seen him in first grade plenty of times. Lye, last tackle. Soward, kick off the left foot. Not a good one. Parramatta have it. The curse of Freddie still exists 12 months on.
Parramatta are defending near the full width of the field, which is going to give the Newtown Jets, every time they're looking for tries, the opportunity to get one-on-one with a defender, or at least run a couple of attackers at one defender and really create some havoc there. I don't know why they're doing that, but nonetheless, it's what they are doing.
The ball was lost by Waiselli. He was appealing for a stripping penalty, but not gone against Parramatta. Some bad news coming through for the Jets on Aiden Kirk. Cruciate ligament damage. So an unhappy off-season coming up for Aiden. Back to Lana, sideline.
Rod Reddy, your son Joel Reddy in fullback position today, playing for the Parramatta side. You must be proud of him.
Yeah, certainly. It's a pretty tight game out there at the moment, and hopefully they'll come through with the goods as they did last season.
And tonight's big game, the Storm and the Broncos. How do you see this one playing out?
The Storm, they've got the form on the board, and they've been the most consistent side, and once they get to the front, I don't think they'll get beat.
All right, I'll let you get back to it. Thank you.
Grand final hero from 77, Rod Reddy. Plenty of us remember he was a man on a mission against the Parramatta Eels when he wore the St George jumper. Back it comes for Schubert. Game was a little bit different, it must be said, in those days. Here's L'Estrange. Back for Lewis. Then it goes out for Soward. Soward shaped a kick. Brought Dumas into the play, and good defence from the Eels. Farah was there, Ben Farah. Make the tackle low, and it's a good roll, Daniel Dumas right now on the end of that. Soward, 10 out from the line. Back they come. Williams goes for a run. And again, well handled by the Parramatta defence. Perenara, the brothers there combined. Soward, last tackle. Lewis, lots of width about their passing game. Lewis has got it to win goal. There's another try. Malcolm right there. Newtown have another one. And Malcolm has got 19 tries for the season. The Jets on grand final day have got a third try. Here at Telstra Stadium, we're under 3 hours away from the first grade grand final. At the moment, Premier League MG, Newtown have come up with their third try.
This is just too easy for grand finals. I mean, grand finals are about defence, and what we're seeing at the moment is just a pitiful defensive display from both teams. A bit of a hint of he was offside here, young Malcolm, but he done tremendously well to get the ball down just inside the dead ball line. Deserved the try, but Parramatta's defence on their own goal was deplorable then. Is that a word?
It'll do. Here's Lewis with a kick. 5 metres in from touch. 21 metres out. Hasn't been happy with the way he's striking it. He'll be happy this time. Successful. Newtown, this is a great lead, and Tommy is up dancing. Tommy Rodonica's sideline.
Well, I'll tell you something in rugby league, what we all like to see are set moves, and that was on the 6th tackle. And as you see, the ball goes wide to Josh Lewis, and he just puts that little kick over. And I'll tell you how good is Troy Malcolm playing. He was Johnny on the spot. They practiced for that move and got the right result. What great football, Newtown.
Paddington Tigers Junior, Troy Malcolm gets another try for this Newtown club this year. And here is Hall for Newtown on the restart. Perenara's there, got hold of the legs. Henry over the top. Zeb Paea. 16 points to 6. Jets 3 tries to 1. And as it was in Jersey Fleck, minor premiers finding a bit of trouble already. If you're joining the coverage now, we can report that the minor premiers beaten in Jersey Fleck. Panthers got home by 2 against the Newcastle Knights. And here you got the Parramatta minor premiers in Premier League against the 2nd place Newtown Jets. Now Soward away for Lewis, and he was going to get caught inside the 40, got it away for Paea. Still had a tackle up their sleeve on halfway. And pass is loose, fielded by Lewis. Now they're in trouble. Lewis flicks it out the back, lies with it. He'll get a kick in. No, he won't. Decides to pass. The kick comes from Mitch Aubusson. Downfield and collected there by Reddy. And Reddy back over the 30 for Parramatta. Tackled by Dumas. 40-minute halves in the Premier League as Waiselli comes infield. And there's a brand new show on 9 where we celebrate a different year each week. It begins with a year John Newcombe beat Jimmy Connors in the Australian Tennis Open. What a year is the show, and it premieres at 8:35 tomorrow night right here on Channel 9 as Parramatta get a penalty which will take them deep inside Newtown territory.
Parramatta so far in this game, they haven't had great success, but I think what they're going to try and get back to is to build pressure. Strength this season for them has been their ability to stick to the game plan. So far it hasn't gone to script, but if they hold the ball, believe you me, they've got the players that can get points. Newtown want to be careful in this next couple of sets.
Aaron Wood on off the bench for Parramatta and playing at 25 metres out. Keating across for Marcus Perenara. Here is Oak. He's lightweight in terms of the front row, Brendan Oak. Well under the 100-kilo mark. Back it comes for Zeb Paea. He's hit hard and forward pass is called. Disappointing stuff for Parramatta, that.
It has been, hasn't it? We speak about their ability to build pressure throughout this season. They needed to bring that into this game, as we see here, the forward pass.
Nothing at all wrong with that. That was just a great ball. Where's his touch judge, Shane Hayne?
You made a pact on the Sunday roast about a month ago, not the bag referees.
No, I'm not going to. Good call, Shaney.
Now this scrum just inside the Newtown 20. Wood was having trouble getting his head in the scrum.
I bagged him last year on the roast, and his old man he came looking for me. So Shane Hayne, you're the man.
Just between you and me, I reckon his old man would have been glad he didn't find you.
Newtown, L'Estrange on for Schubert. Tommy Rodonica's sideline.
You blokes must be watching a different game to me, because that was 2 yards forward, that
Tommy.
ball. Thank you.
Yes, forward from Parramatta. Tommy's with his Newtown eyes on, his Newtown glasses.
It's hard on sleeve commentary.
Oh, put down there by Williams. Parramatta get possession, 42 metres out from the line. They're trailing by 10 points. 13 and a half out from half-time. Faleti Mateo, he works the left side. Taya works down the right. The back rowers for Parramatta. At Tortai, he's the youngest player in the Premier League. Just 18 in the centres for Parramatta. 25 metres from the Newtown line. Infield, Perenara for Blake. On then for Wood. Wood wants a quick play the ball. Now picked up by Drew Dalton. Dalton swings back left. Marcus Perenara kept alive. Mateo back in field. Hit by Hall. Was able to stand in the tackle. Oak with it. Then for Green. He's 10 metres out from the line. Trying to weave through 3 blue defenders there. The Newtown Jets jumpers. As Marcus Perenara with a dummy. Marcus Perenara gets over. He needed a bit of size and bulk to force his way through there. 16 to 10. Jets lead the Eels.
Well, you mentioned, Benny, about Andrew Johns. That is a la Andrew Johns, what he just done then, Paranara. We mentioned his girth at the start of the game. Well, his girth's getting through everything. A bad ball from L'Estrange.
It's a funny situation where no side's really earned field position. It's almost like they've been gifted it off the back of penalties and mistakes. And I know when I was playing, the coach always said to us, look, if you make a mistake, you've got to be able to defend the error. I don't think Newtown have done that on both occasions. That Parramatta have really looked to threaten their line. And this guy, he's got great footwork for a big little man. He's wearing the number 7, he's crafty, and he's big, he's strong. Crashes over for a 4-pointer. Great effort.
Just gets back to defence, but doesn't it? This is the grand final. This is like more like a trial game we're watching here, because the defence on both sides has been very poor. It's not as if the tries have been from set players on every ruck. They're just barging over lines.
Attitude is key. MG.
Williams from virtually right in front. Other 2 to the Eels. 16-12. Tommy, sideline.
Yes, guys, I'll tell you something that really worries me. Every time Parramatta gets down into Newtown's half, they virtually score a try. And where did it all start from? A bad mistake by Newtown. And the defence near the line is utterly disgraceful. They've got to tighten that defence right up, and otherwise these boys will get on top of them.
Tommy, looks like we're going to have more points than that 81 grand final, judging by this first half. 25 years ago, almost lost over the sideline there by Waiselli. And they're going to rule knock on.
It's amazing stuff. It really is. Newtown now, as we see this mistake here.
Newtown now will score.
There's a fair chance they will. But they haven't had to earn the right to get down there and threaten this defensive line of Parramatta's.
And you made a good point before, Benny, about that. No side has. Every side both sides that have scored tries, they're doing it off the back of mistakes.
16-12. 11 minutes remaining first half. Newtown's turn to attack, and then Soward stumbled at the scrum base. Lucky Paea was able to get to it. It would have been slightly embarrassing to win a scrum and no one dive on the ball. Here's L'Estrange. Soward dumps it off there. That's Mickey Paea. And Mickey Paea 3 in the tackle. Mateo and Taya finish it off.
Got to go right.
L'Estrange, they switch. Lewis, Soward. 10 metres out, tries a left foot step. Went straight into the clutches of Oak and Perenara, driven back. They're 15 away from the line, Newtown, leading by 4. Led 10-0 early. Now L'Estrange on for Lewis, then on for Dumas. Dumas runs at Dalton. And held in combination there with Taya. Still only 5 away from the line. L'Estrange, Josh Lewis, 10 metres out, gets the kick through a gap. But the second time Newtown haven't been able to get it to the in goal, as back comes Mateo. Good run.
Every time Newtown have been down the other end, I haven't seen them be able to build momentum throughout the set. They go a bit one out, and off the back of the fourth or the fifth tackle, they're relying on Josh Lewis or Jamie Soward to come up with something brilliant. They're going to have to look deeper than that. They're going to have to come up with something bigger and better, believe you me.
Dalton made good metres for Parramatta. And now with Williams. Saw him in first grade this year. That game against the Melbourne Storm back in round 14. He'll give some value to the Roosters next year. Oh, Wood was taken. He was falling. It was grabbed at the jumper. Happy to live with that call from Shane Hayne of play on. Green decides to try a bomb. High coming down for Aaron Lai. Aaron Lai has not handled it well. Parramatta have got the ball. Green, the kicker, comes up with it for Parramatta. 19 metres away from the line. Eels trailing by 4. Big chance though right here. Tortai able to offload. Dalton infield. Mateo, and held in the tackle of Schubert. 8 metres from the line. Dalton, Green, dummies there to Perenara. Green is held up by the Newtown defence. Was Dumas and L'Estrange. Now Dalton, 5 from the line. Henry Perenara has stretched out and lost it. His brother got there, but Henry could not do what Marcus did.
It's a try gone begging. Parramatta making a great effort. As we see the attempt here from Henry Perenara to reach out. Great effort by the Newtown defender there.
L'Estrange
got a great boot in right at the right moment.
It's a good sign for Parramatta in that set. They're getting plenty of players in motion in attack. Really looking threatening.
Let's go back to Tommy, sideline.
Well, guys, even though Parramatta made that mistake down near the line there, if you go back to that kick when Newtown were attacking that line, the yardage they made in that set of 6, Parramatta was awesome. The Newtown blokes have got to have speed of line and then knock those big forwards down, and otherwise this will be a cricket score.
Wonderful to have the former Magpie and the former Jet Tommy Raudonikis on the sideline with us on grand final day. 25 years since these two clubs played, and the first grade decider at the SCG. Now L'Estrange infield for Soward. He goes high off the left boot. This is a tough one for Joel Reddy. Reddy does well.
Great take.
He had Lewis right in front of him.
Marcus square. Hold.
You're just waiting for Jamie Soward to take this game by the scruff of the neck. He's had a lot of first grade experience, but at the moment he's a little bit tentative around the rucks. In actual fact, Josh Lewis is the most dominant player for the Newtown Jets. Jamie Soward's got to lift his game, and bad mistake there from the Parramatta Eels.
It's happened again.
Walk away.
Keystone Cops.
Walk away.
Wood gets up, fired up. Henry Perinara's got a bit to say.
Cattle dog,
Henry,
Tommy,
take your
cattle
ball.
dog.
This is exactly what I want to see. A little bit of fisticuffs, a little bit of blood flowing. I think it's absolutely great for grand finals. But look, what worries me about Newtown again, when they're attacking there, Sowden put up that high ball, and the boys are at it again. Oh, no, that was from...
That's the replay, Tommy. Sorry to trick you there, mate. That's the replay.
I'm pumped up down here, you fellas.
Tommy could watch a replay after replay of that just to get it on, Tommy.
I know it's a big game, but we're going to play footy. That's what we're here to do, and we'll play footy, okay? And I'll referee that way. Otherwise, hang on. Otherwise, I'll sit players down if they're not going to listen, okay? Good.
Like Tommy Raudonikis, a bit of fisticuffs and a bit of blood flowing is what you want to see on grand final day.
You've got to love it. He's a bloke with more passion in his little finger than most of these blokes out in the field right now would have in their whole bodies. A wonderful player, and it's great to have him down on the sideline.
Newtown winning the scrum. Lewis, Soward went to 5'8" from it. Malcolm wrap around there with Soward, does a little skip. Defence just slid across and contains Jamie Soward. Green trekked him across field. Now they come infield. Millar's with a little stutter in his step. Tackled 10 metres away from the line. Was looking to offload. They're big on this left side, Newtown, when they've got Millar standing alongside of Kenny Dowell. Dumas comes to centre field, taken front on by Dalton. High pressure though on Parramatta, with the Jets leading by 4-6 remaining in this first half. Soward out for Lewis, got a kick, doesn't get it to the in goal. Parramatta cover it up. Hasn't quite been spot on from Lewis and Soward, their short kicking game today. And now ready for Parramatta.
It is the jewel in the crown. However, for the Newtown Jets, the Josh Lewis kicking game, and Parramatta, it's like they've almost woken up to it. Like I said before, they're going to have to come up with something better, something with a bit more variety.
I think Josh Lewis is under the impression that he tried it once, that kick, and it worked, and now he's trying it every time he gets the ball. He had probably a two-man overlap there, and if he went wide, he would have scored.
Parramatta get outside the 30. There was a chance of an offload. Didn't quite find Green, but he was through the gap. Then a terrible play the ball, and yes, penalty against the man for not getting to his feet. The second rower, Feletti Mateo. He was looking for the quick play the ball.
This game, dead set, refuses to get into an arm wrestle, doesn't it? We're waiting for the sides to try and feel each other's out, up the middle, bit of toughness, but it's just not happening. It's mistakes and penalties. Parramatta once again are going to be under pressure here from a Newtown side that has got the ability to put points on if you give them too much possession.
Roy Masters, former West coach.
I wonder what he's saying to Tommy down there.
With Tommy, and we will hear from Roy Masters at half-time in this Premier League.
Do you reckon he'd be saying, Tommy, in 81, what would you have been doing out there if you were the captain of this side? What would Tommy's answer be? Anything you want to do. Anything you want to do.
Would you like to see some face slapping at half-time in the Newtown rooms?
Oh, I'd love it.
I'd love to see Tommy in there. Just fire up.
Now Lewis electing to go for goal from 41 metres out. This to put the Jets in front by 6 with 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Premier League Grand Final. Lewis off the right boot. Josh Lewis, he liked what he saw and successful. 6-point lead to the Newtown Jets, 18-12. 3 out from half-time.
You get the feeling in this game, boys, that Newtown are are trying their darnest to put the game away, but if Parramatta hold on to the ball for a couple of sets, you think they've got the ability to score?
They're going to be great at grinding this match out, Parramatta. I just think they're going to have a tad more patience than Newtown. I can't see in the grand scheme of things how that 2 points is going to make a hell of a lot of difference, because I think both sides have got more points in them.
So Parramatta restart and lie in position. They lost their fullback early, Newtown, Aiden Kirk. Serious knee damage, and that's not good news for the young bloke or for the Warriors, who are signing for next year. Played by Paea, and now to infield they come with his big winger, Sean Kenny Dow. Saw him score a couple of tries before an Origin game in the New South Wales under-17s last year. Look at the size of him at 18. Now they come out for Lapini Paea. Will scamper down that right side, and with it is Aubusson. Mitch Aubusson, interesting player. His brother James is down with the Melbourne Storm. Hasn't seen any first grade yet, but
What about his grandfather, Roy?
He's a great singer. Great singer.
lovely stuff.
Penny Arcade.
MG and Ben Eichen. Big O gets a run in the Premier League commentary. The Soward kicks to the corner. Across goes Waiselli. The in-goal judge had to quickly scurry out of the way. Waiselli got past the first man, held by Kenny Dow.
I'm going to say if Parramatta complete this set, we are officially in an arm wrestle. Can I say that?
Strong man.
Dalton. And then this time Williams was hit hard. Two-man tackle. Paea and Williams there combined. Now Dalton away for Zeb Paea. Just a sprinkly of first grade this year, Zeb Paea.
He's been impressive, Bossy, too, hasn't he?
They've got a bit about them, Zeb Paea and this man, Folletti. Mateo, there's around the corner ball, fielded by Tortai. Kept alive inside. Well, advantage Newtown, then decided to offload. Decision rests with Shane Hayne. And yes, he says, scrum feed Parramatta, fair enough.
Still an arm wrestle, if you ask me. Opportunity gone begging.
So hang on, arm wrestle despite the failure of completion.
Well, they've still got an opportunity to
statement?
complete this set. That's what I'm saying.
Let's say it's a thumb fight.
Let's look on the bright side, boys.
So unofficially an arm wrestle from Ben Eichen. Stand by. Here's Williams with the ball for Parramatta. Gets to halfway. We're approaching half time. 90 seconds remain. First half. 18-12. Henry Perenara with the ball. And all the time counting down to kick off tonight. 2.5 hours away until Storm and the Broncos lock horns. Good tackle. Front on Zeb Paea. Danny Williams. Now Dalton. And on for Green. Then for Lewis. Lewis standing wide but held by Paea and Aubusson, son of Roy, as MG and Ben have told us. Here's Green. And now 15 metres out. Last tackle with Blake Green. Had a call on the outside. Came off the legs of Dumas. Dumas doesn't get to the ball played at. So tackle count has restarted.
A short on the left.
30 seconds remain first half. Dalton decides to come right. Show of the ball. Soward gets his hands right around the football. And Dumas there to assist. Gee, quick play the ball from Dalton for Perenara. Almost caught the ball napping. And Perenara says that he scored. They've come up with a try. Henry Perenara scores. After the blink of an eye, play the ball from Drew Dalton.
Perenara show. Marcus and Henry. Wow.
That's why I don't coach. When I see opportunity on the left, teams go right. That's exactly what the Parramatta Eels did here. 2 plays down the right.
But again, Benny, look at that. That's a soft try for a grand final. That's about the 4th try we've seen today from a metre out. I mean, come on.
There's 3 Jets players here in the tackle. There's an awful amount of numbers in there to get the job done. But Henry Perenara proving he's having a real captain's knock. Brute strength to get him across.
So is the arm wrestle officially back on?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think we'll see one today.
Well, knuckles.
What about rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, something.
Best of 7.
All we know is that if this pace stays the way it is in the second half, it's going to be a very high-scoring game and a very frustrating game to watch, because there's a lot of mistakes for a grand final standard match. And
I truly believe that Parramatta haven't got out of second gear yet. for a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, that's great at building pressure. They certainly haven't done that today, but when they do get down the other end and get an opportunity, they've got a great ability to turn it into points.
They played back in round 12 this year. Parramatta won 41-26. Tim Smith played in the Eel side that day after being dumped from first grade. Williams' kick to level up the scores at half-time, unsuccessful. 2-point ball game at half-time in Premier League. Newtown lead the minor premiers, Parramatta 18-16. Grand final day on Channel 9, and right now, some more big hits from season 2006.
Guys, business as usual down here at the Henson. We've got the bottle shop open. We've got draft beer jars, takeaway, cocktails takeaway, hot food from the kitchen, slushies, ice creams, you name it. So come on down to Markville, support the local businesses and help keep the Jets flag flying.
It's the team that takes the field. It's the team that will not yield. Bluebacks in the crowd, they're roaring. Flashing, dashing, Blues are scoring. Newtown is coming. Here's the Bluebacks humming. Newtown, Newtown.
Hashtag we are 8972. Hashtag keep the Jets flying. Keep safe, Blue Bags. We can't wait to see you on the other side.
Mate, Tommy Raudonikis on the sideline. Newtown playing in a grand final.
Mate, it would not be Tommy Raudonikis without a black eye at a football match. He's sitting over there with a big shiner. I'm going to find out how he got it, and then we're going to go in search of the bloke who did it.
That may be in your next book.
Indeed it would.
Thank you very much, Roy.
Good on you. Thanks, Tim.
Roy Masters, Kenny, back to you.
Thanks very much, Tim, and finding out exactly what happened to Tommy, best of luck. But he is sporting a shiner, but it looks very attractive with it. We'll be...
Welcome back to Telstra Stadium Grand Final Day. Some of the highlights from the first half in Premier League, a half where we saw 6 tries scored at Newtown, the oldest club in rugby league in this country, formed back on January 8, 1908, and here they are on the grand stage of Grand Final Day. Booted out of the competition way back in 83. They've been in the Premier League competition. This is their 7th straight year, invited back in. And right at the moment affiliated with the Sydney Roosters. It was the Sharks last year, but the Roosters this year. Broncos and Melbourne fans starting to show their colours here. Crowd building, temperature cooling down. Been a delightful day in Sydney. And everyone already what really does shape. I mean, we're not just saying it. It shapes as a classic grand final. Melbourne and the Brisbane Broncos. Minor premiers have had some trouble so far on grand final day. Maybe an omen for the Storm. But the Knights beaten in the Jersey Flegg grand final, the under-20s by Penrith. And right now Parramatta down by 2. Minor premiers against Newtown. And out they come for the second half. Both teams able to improve markedly, one would think, MG, on what they displayed in the first half in all regards, in intensity, execution of plays, just simple completion rates. Everything has to improve.
Everything. I think both coaches, Craig Cullinane from the Eels and Paul Young from the Newtown Jets, would obviously have said at half-time, boys, we're going great in attack, but our defence is appalling at the moment. This is a grand final, boys. This is our last ditch effort for the year. Give me 40 minutes without any mistakes. We'll come off as the winners in the grand final.
As we pointed out in the first half too, across these two teams, 18 players with NRL experience. One of those, Henry Perenara, leading Parramatta out for the second half, scored that try right on the break. His brother Marcus got a similar sort of burrowing try in the first half. Week 1 of the finals, Eels over the Sharks, and Newtown disposed of the Cougars. That meant that they got week 2 off, and last weekend to qualify for the grand final, the Eels snatched a late intercept to Johnny Williams to beat Manly, and Newtown over the Dragons 38-28, actually trailed by 6 with 9 to go and scored the last 3 tries of the match. So both teams coming from behind to win last week. And with an 18-16 scoreline, we could be headed for a tight finish to this one as well.
We've got a gut feeling if one of the halfbacks, Jamie Soward or Marcus Perenara, really step up and start to control this game, they might steer their side to victory.
Yeah, I'd probably like to think it's more Soward. I think that the Parramatta team seem to be on more of a roll, but I think Soward's got to step up. He really has to step up this half and assert some authority.
Mark Guyatt, Ben Eichen in the box. Down on the sideline, Tommy Radonicus, the great man with us today. Lana Birchall, Tim Gilbert. Working duties down there. And Newtown in possession with Denny Williams. A reminder, we'll have all the pre-match entertainment for you tonight in excess. Hoodoo Gurus with a welcome to the Gold Coast Titans. One of the attractions tonight leading up to kick-off at 7. Now L'Estrange and Newtown come out of their own end with Dumas. Able to pass as he was tackled by 3 players, was pretty nifty. Advanced by Millars. 5 metres inside their own half. Newtown, Soward on for Paea. Stepped back in, but held low down by Dalton. Quick play, the ball was nice. L'Estrange has had a good game. He gets up to the 40 there. He too looking for a quick play, the ball. Last tackle, lie for Soward. Steadies, left boot, high ball. Reddy's back there. This one goes between the posts and over the dead ball line.
Probably not the play they were looking for there, the Newtown Jets. We've spoken about both sides having a need to build pressure, well, kicking the ball dead on the first opportunity to get to put it down into the corners. It's probably not the way to go. Jamie Soward's got to put that thinking cap on.
Looks like a bit of a breeze starting to develop down on the field as well. Might cause the kicker some disharm.
Tortai gets in the dummy half, wearing the headgear. Centre for Parramatta. In the first half, he's only 18. He passed there into the stomach of Drew Dalton. He's gone back to pick up the ball. That's an interesting play. They find a knock on.
Thanks, mate.
Tortai just threw it into the stomach of Dalton, who was getting up to be the dummy half on the next play.
Bad mistake there. Giving the Jets another opportunity early. Heath L'Estrange has been impressive for me for the Jets in the first half. If he comes out here, gets a little bit more creative in and around the ruck, could create more space for Soward and Lewis.
Now Lewis out for Soward, on for Millars. And low in the tackle of Henry Perenara. 35 metres from the Parramatta line. Soward, Premier League Grand Final. Here it is with Williams. Still centre field. That time it was Lewis in defence. L'Estrange for Josh Lewis. No relation to Peter in the front row for Parramatta. Lewis will play it inside the 20. Newtown up by 2, and it's only a Lewis penalty goal, which is the difference at the moment. Here's Paea. That is Lapini. And some good defence close to their own goal line from Parramatta. Now L'Estrange to centre field, on for Lewis. Combines here, linking up with Williams. He had Soward to pass to Henry Perenara. Got twisted awkwardly in the tackle. Cry of pain there from the captain for Parramatta. Loose ball for Soward, tries the kick. Waiselli was turned around and the bounce was hard. Takes a touch in goal.
I spoke just before about that creativity required in and around the play the ball area from Heath L'Estrange and his forwards. Every time Parramatta are defending the Newtown Jets, they look set and ready to get that line speed that they've become renowned for over season 2006. Improvement needed from both sides though.
Let's head down to the sideline. Lana was across what was said in the rooms at half-time. Lana?
Yeah, well, the Jets coach Paul Young said that Parramatta had scored off Jets' mistakes, whereas their tries had come off some good football. So his message to his boys was, if we don't make mistakes, we will win this one. As for the Eels, coach Craig Culnane wants to play up their end of the field, obviously, but was asked his boys to be wary of the Jets' kicking game. Watch out for it.
Williams with a little run there. Gets Parramatta inside the Newtown half. Drew Dalton now back to the blind for Henry Perenara, so the knee's okay. There are 3 defenders in there and then picked up at the finish. Ended up on his back. Last tackle, Parramatta. Dalton, former Wollongong boy, back here for the kick from Green. There's plenty of chasers. Reddy was taken down by Dumas. Penalty right in front of the posts. At 18 points to 16. It's almost professional foul stuff from Daniel Dumas. No thought again for the ball. He just played the man, Joel Reddy.
Daniel Dumas, a ex-Cronulla Shark boy who's got plenty of first-grade experience. He'll have to feature heavily in the second half as well for the Jets to come away with a victory. But interesting decision here to take the 2 points.
It's basically the next generations of superstars we're seeing out here today, isn't it? And while they haven't got the ability to stick to a game plan like I've seen of some of the first-grade sides throughout season 2006, They do have a great ability to play off the cuff and try things in areas of the field that first grade players wouldn't normally do. We have seen some handy tries here.
Over to Williams. From in front, 18 metres out for 18 all scoreline. There it is, Premier League Grand Final. We break on Grand Final day. You're watching Channel 9 Rugby League. Premier League Grand Final here on Channel 9. And 6 minutes into the second half. 18 all scoreline, Parramatta and Newtown. It's been a long time coming, but the rematch of the 81 Grand Final in first grade.
Let him go!
Hence we invited Tommy to be part of the team. Tommy Rodonicus. Newtown have troubles at the moment. Parramatta 45 metres out
17, straight off.
from the Newtown line. Dalton comes forward with Lewis. Runs there at Williams. Tackled. Daniel Dumas only now getting back to the line. He's still out of the play. Kick from Green. Not good. Fielded by Aaron Lai. Lai 15 metres out from his line. And Dalton there to make the tackle. And still Dumas is with the trainer for Newtown. He's not back in the attacking line. And Jets with Sean Kenny Dow.
Great name and can play the game well, Kenny. Kenny Dow. Remember that name.
Back on their 30. Now a man that we all love has moved to the sideline as Tonga takes a hit up. Matty Johns with one of his heroes, Tommy Rodonicus.
Hey, Tommy, now at the moment I'm watching the young halves, young Lewis and Soward go around. They're a big name couple. How have you thought of them so far in the match?
Mate, I think they've had, especially Lewis, I think his first half was fantastic. His kicking game was spot on. But Jamie Soward has just got to make his mind up. He's going to put it along the ground or put the ball high in the air. And mate, one thing he's got to do, and I think all year when I've seen him play, he's got to run with the football. He's got to get the football. He's got to take more authority out there if Newtown are to win this match. I think he's really lacking.
Yeah, Tommy, let's go forward a little bit to this game later on, Melbourne versus Brisbane. I'm going to say something's going to shock you. You know, both of these sides have abstained from alcohol for about 8 weeks now. Back in 81, mate, back in 81, was that part of the plan for you blokes?
No, not really. But one thing I can honestly say, before games, you know, I'd have a couple of beers, but I wouldn't really get into it. But 8 weeks, you're kidding, aren't you? You're all joking, aren't you?
What would you do, say, the morning of a game, Tom?
Imagine the great John Donnelly, who has passed away, you know, years ago. Imagine Dallas, he'd have like...
I wouldn't be breaking the news to him.
No, either would I, but I suppose that's the way the modern footballers are today, you know, and but anyway, that's their fault for not drinking.
Tommy, who do you like today, Melbourne or Brisbane?
Mate, I like Brisbane, I really do, because I think overall, if you have a look, probably the centre pairing of the Storm, I think probably overshadows the Broncos. But if you go into grand finals, I think grand finals are won in the forward pack, and I think the Broncos forward pack, it's more experienced, and I think with Webke playing his last game. But the biggest thing about the Broncos side, and one of the players who I honestly believe he's really played well this year is Brad Thorne. He's shown aggression. Hasn't he really played well, and also moving Sean Berrigan into hooker has made a lot, and I think they'll win the game.
Right, Tom, let's sit down and watch young Soward. We'll urge him on, eh?
Well, let's hope so, and but every time Parramatta get the ball, they make so much yardage on it, and also with Perenara, the little halfback, putting the ball up. Well, I just hope that it's 18 or 8, I just hope the Jets can hang in.
Good on you, Tommy. Always a pleasure, pal.
Always a pleasure to talk to you, Matthew.
Matthew Johns with Tommy Rodonicus. Peter Lewis with a ball for Parramatta. Just the to and fro of this match at the moment. Lewis is headed back inside the 30, but an 18-all scoreline. Still just under 30 minutes remaining for Letty Mateo, but it's impossible to be confident with the prediction of who's going to emerge here as winner of the Premier League title. Here's Green. This is on the last tackle. There's trouble. Tortai able to offload back for Reddy. They're going to get out of trouble. A left foot kick from Reddy. Kicks it down to Sean Kenny Dow. Kenny Dow back to the 30 with a fend, and then held by the defence of Farah.
You get the feeling with 30-odd minutes to go in this game, both sides have almost realised they're in a grand final. They've been feeling each other out for the first 50 minutes, and now they say, well, hey, this is grand final time. We've got to come up with something special. I can see a few players out there ready to go to the next level.
Big time.
Newtown, 5 inside their own half. L'Estrange for Hall. Hall runs up there at Oak. And Oak combines with Frith to make the tackle. Now L'Estrange, Lewis, cut out ball, out it comes for Aubusson. Son of Roy tackled there, and the tackle of Tortai. Last tackle, 29 metres out from the line. Troy Malcolm, back for Josh Lewis, goes high. It's going to come down inside the 20. Out of the wing of Waiselli. It's uncontested. Newtown came down with it. Millars, who we know from first grade, is very good under the high ball.
He almost came up with a huge play there. It was almost a huge play.
Good work by John Williams, the young winger there. Let him take the ball way out of danger, so he knew he wouldn't. If he had contested the ball, it could have ended up in a try for the Jets, but he done very well for that. This is an important time. Parramatta have got to get out of their own area here and get out of it with some more authority. At the moment, they're just doing dummy half runs and dummy halves. Now they've got to get back and run hard onto the ball. This will help.
Tonga
don't push him over when he's trying to stand
push on
upwards.
Perenara. Perenara did the full dive and fall down like he'd fallen off the back of a truck at the end of it.
There's a
But
sniper.
his team gets the penalty.
It's great acting. Great acting. That was a big play.
Tommy Raudonikis back on the sideline.
Yeah, listen, I think that Charlie Tonga, mate, that was a stupid penalty, and that's not what they needed. But I was just going to say, I thought the Newtown boys muscled up a little bit there in their defence. They picked that up. Now, this is the testing time. Just after a penalty, they're very, very vulnerable.
Tommy just calling it the way he sees it on the penalty conceded by Tonga. Parramatta are 30 metres out from the line at 18 all. Dalton now goes for a run, gets the legs moving. Dalton 15 metres away. Ready a dummy half. Very flat line from Parramatta in attack. Marcus Perenara hit over the top there in the tackle of Schubert. Called to play 10 metres out from the line. Dalton for Green. Green's kick. He's got it in goal. Taken there by Lewis. He'll be trapped in goal. Line drop out for Newtown.
Repeat set.
Is that the first one today, Benny?
I think it has. It has been the first repeat set we've seen so far.
The Newtown boys starting to walk a bit in the in-goal area there, showing that big Charlie Tonga, the man Tommy just mentioned. This could be danger sign for the Blue Bags.
Line drop out, getting close to that sideline. Oh, there we go. The leg spinner, was it? That was the Zutter, was it? And poor old Etu Waiselli, he'd never seen a ball like it.
Just when you think you're about to build pressure, you get oh so close. And then the Blue Bags, as they've been so affectionately called by MG, come up with a great play.
Great ball.
Well, Etu Waiselli, not a happy moment in this grand final for him with a scrum packing down on halfway. Tommy sideline.
Yeah, mate, that was great work there. Now, guys, who kicked that ball was Lewis, wasn't it?
That was Lewis.
Mate, what a fantastic play. And, mate, like I said, I think the Jets have muscled up a little bit here. And, well, let's hope so. And what a wonderful kick.
I think Tommy's getting a little confident here. Away it goes for Malcolm. For the Blue Bags. Inside it comes for Lai. Lai is tackled. Oak got across there, the Eels front rower with Tortai. Now Malcolm, centre field, Lewis, long ball, shades of Wally. Then it goes from Soward, out then for Dumas and put down, out on the wing. Mellars was out there and wasn't able to gather it in.
Great play for the Jets. That last pass, if he was a little bit deeper, I think Vince Mellors, he would have been straight in the left-hand corner. Great play by Newtown there, but the lead-up work was sensational down this right flank.
It was a great shift left, wasn't it? These guys are creating in the halves for the Newtown Jets. Just couldn't come up with the last play. There's a knock-on over there on the left flank. I think the gloves are off now. It's going to be individual brilliance that's going to win this game. Game plans are going to go out the back door. This is about who can come up with a winning play.
I reckon Edu Waiselli was happy to see that ball put down. Schubert goes to the bench for Newtown. As Parramatta have the job of getting back out of trouble. Big Mateo. Back to the 30. He was Told you about the deal with London here. He was sent over there on loan last year. Always going to come back to Parramatta. Just a bit of experience in the Super League. Here's John Williams to play it. 40 metres away from their own line. Henry Perenara scored the last try of the game. That was right on half-time. Keating is back out there to control dummy half for Matteo. Hit by Tonga, then spun and finished off by Mickey Paea. 43 metres from the line. Keating back for Marcus Perenara on the last tackle. Kicking over to the wing of Sean Kenny-Dow. And Kenny-Dow comes down with the ball, and as he was thrown, he got the shoulder of Ben Farrer.
It's going to start to intensify right now. You can see it. You can feel it. Benny Icon alluded to it about 5 minutes ago. The gloves are off. They know they're in the grand final, these boys.
Tristan Inu is now on for Parramatta out on the right wing as well. There's Newtown in possession. 38 from their own line. L'Estrange away from Hall. Taken in the tackle of John Frith. Now L'Estrange. Newtown, Lewis on to Tonga. Tonga wound up for that run. Taken low down by Oak. Matteo was the second man. L'Estrange, last tackle. Newtown, Lewis kicks. Malcolm's got speed. Got it on the boot. Play on. Kick forward by Lewis. Lewis is still chasing. And over the dead ball line for a 20-minute restart. And Kirk Pengelly with partner Lane Beachley on the sideline. Famous couple coming down to see the Newtown Jets. They all love Newtown.
Surfing champion and a champion singer.
They all love their rugby league.
Who didn't love the Jets? Going along to Henson Park, pulling the car in, sitting in the car, watching the footy.
Bipping the horn.
Bipping the horn when they scored. That was outstanding.
Hey, boys, we've got good vision here of both sides, and it's like the Parramatta Eels, they look more out in their feet than the Newtown Jets. The Jets look to have a bit of a spring in their step. They look enthusiastic. I think they might be coming home with the wind in their sails.
Still an arm wrestle though, Ben. Officially.
My oath.
Henry Perenara tackled 38 metres out from the line. This time we reach the last tackle. 22 minutes remaining. Still a bit too far out to think field goal. With it is Green. He gets it over to the corner of Malcolm. He's done enough today to suggest we're going to see a bit more of him, maybe at the higher grade. Troy Malcolm certainly got speed.
Yeah, both the Newtown Jets wingers have been great today. Kenny-Dow and Malcolm.
So still with Newtown, Mitch Aubusson. Crunched in a two-man tackle. That is Troy Malcolm on screen. Roosters Junior. And this Newtown side will play 15 short of halfway. Now Soward, he kicks from inside the 40. He's got nice angle on the kick and got it past Inu. Over the sideline, 15 metres inside the Parramatta half.
Tommy, can Tommy hear me on the sideline?
Listen,
What's the intensity like down there, Tommy? Is there a lot of talk from both sides?
There is too, but I'm pretty impressed with the way Newtown have come out in the second half because, as I said before, and you blokes have mentioned up there, their defence has got a lot stronger. There's a bit of bite in their defence. But the thing is, I'll tell you one bloke who has played a great game for Newtown, and that's the number 8, Glenn Hall. He's one bloke we've really, he's done a lot of work. But what I do if I was, again, I'll go back to Soward, what I do on the 6th tackle, I'll be looking at putting a short kick over because Reddy drops back a fair way and maybe the short kick's on if you want to win the game of football.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
So Eels in possession. Folletti Matteo taken to ground by Aubusson and Lai. Now they get a move on Parramatta with John Frith. Shades of Charlie from South Sydney. 40 metres out from the Newtown line. Keating. Inside ball from Henry Perenara. Charlie Frith, he would liven things up out there if we sent him out there now and said, give us the best few minutes you can give us. A few big hits. Here's Joel Reddy. He stands. Back it comes for Dalton. Kept alive. Marcus Perenara. 18 all. Only one goal this second half. Maybe 20 to go. They will think field goal. Now it comes for Green. He's held. He can't pass. He tried to. Aubusson put it down. Pretty sloppy into all of that. Changeover. Newtown ball.
Pressure was relieved. Parramatta tried to come up with a brilliant play, but it didn't work. Newtown now going to look to grind it out from their own half.
Benny tomorrow night, 7:30 on Channel 9. Brooke Hanson joins the team for a brand new series of What's Good For You, along with Slats and the gang.
What a great show that is.
And Newtown in possession. Soward. But they haven't spent quite some time. Their last try, the Newtown Jets, was in the 22nd minute to Troy Malcolm. L'Estrange has gone to the bench. Newtown with Soward. They go down the left side. Millar's coming back in field. In fact, it was Kenny Dow tackled 10 metres inside the Parramatta half. Now Soward kicks, wants Lewis to chase, but Green got across there. And Green with the ball 30 metres out from the Parramatta line. And Lewis trotting back onside makes the tackle.
I think Parramatta will wake up to the Newtown Jets kicking game now at the moment. I know Tommy pointed out there's an opportunity to get the short kick in there. There was 2 or 3 players back there for the Eels ready to cover that kick.
I'd like to see the half and 5'8" swap around. Lewis to 5'8", Soward the halfback, just to mix things up a bit.
Williams will play it 35 metres out from the line. Keating, Mateo. Infield they come with Oak. Didn't run a straight line at the fence, put a bit of footwork in. Taken low down. Parramatta with Mateo. Mateo's going to offload. It's with Keating. Keating kept it alive for Henry Perenara. Out it comes for Green. Inside for Paea. And Paea is held up 11 metres from the line. Last tackle at 18 all. 18 minutes remaining. Blindside. Knocked down. The ball goes over the sideline. That was touched by Newtown. It'll be a Parramatta feed.
They needed to do it, but they needed to come up with that play. I'll tell you what, if I'm a Parramatta player, as we see this play unfold here, great touch there from little Jamie Soward. Every time Big Mateo takes the ball, I'm hanging off him. He's got the ball out in front in one hand, waving it around. He attracts 2 and 3 defenders. He's creating space. He's creating opportunity. The Parramatta players, they need to get around and support him, take advantage of those opportunities.
Soward got a hand to it. Soward is a bit of an intercept king in the lower grades. Those who watch Newtown in action and the Roosters in previous years will know that. Teo will play it. Parramatta 5 metres out from the line. Marcus Perenara off for Frith. Hit hard there by Hall and Paea. Kostja's in there to make the tackle. 10 out from the line. They go back to the right side. That's where they're working right now with Henry Perenara. Just rolls the ball away and says, you can have it, Jets. Do your best. Kostja's just dived on it. Poor old Henry. He's had some good moments. That was a poor one for him. And now penalty to Newtown. Pressure right off.
Well, you get the feeling that the Parramatta boys who are facing that end, looking at the clock, maybe thinking, well, 16 minutes to go in this game, and by all rights, we should be in front by a lot more than we are. It's 18 all. This is a game on.
For a team that's had so much success building possession and building pressure throughout the season, I think there's a coach up there for Parramatta that'll be dead set pulling his hair out.
Newtown 40 metres out from their line. Tommy, sideline.
Well, guys, are we going to see a golden point? Maybe so. And I'll tell you what good defence down there by the Newtown Jets then. Parramatta put all the pressure on. They tried to attack down the short side, but Newtown defence was too strong. We see Newtown on the attack here.
Well, I'll tell you what, I know one thing, Tommy, that Soward can kick field goals from outside 40. Did it on grand final day a couple of years ago here.
I'd like
Lewis, you know, as well. So Newtown, 25 metres out from their own line. Soward is with it. Still not thinking field goal to this point for Glenn Hall. He's thrown down. Last tackle Newtown. 19 metres away from the line. Soward's got it again. Throws it out to the right side. Lewis with the ball. Dummy to Paea. On it comes for Aubusson. And the big O was crunched in the tackle. And Williams comes back for Parramatta.
The big O.
That was close. Gus tipped us about this Mitch Aubusson before the game. He's a second rower who's doing a job for his coach today in the centres, but geez, that was a great line. Really punched into the hole. Unlucky not to score.
Parramatta back to their 40 now. Tortai, nice run. Still going and taken down by Lapini Paea. Deals with Keating. Lewis sends them to centre field. Field goal kickers in the Parramatta side. They've got Green, they've got Marcus Perenara. Now Keating travels down the short side on the last tackle. He's gone straight through. Keating, 10 metres from the line, and was hit by Aaron Lai.
Don't throw it away, give it to him.
Where was his support? Try time for the Eels.
It's a sad thing, isn't it, when you see a player go through, he's got no one to pass to. That's an attitude thing.
I wish I had that problem when I played.
But last tackle, was anyone really expecting dummy half to run short side?
No.
His teammates weren't.
You've got to expect those things, Vossi. Expect the unexpected in grand finals.
Newtown have possession. They are 10 metres inside their own half. Mickey Paea with the ball. Well, now definitely we are getting into field goal time. Inside the final 15. It's been 18 all since the early minutes of their second half. The Jets haven't scored a point, haven't scored a try anyway since the 22nd minute. Now Soward kicks over the top. Wants Kenny Dow to chase. Kenny Dow's across there. Inu tried to get to it. Soward's taken it on the toe. Kenny Dow gets a second shot. It'll be knock on against Parramatta. Kristen Inu.
That was a Phil Sigsworth and Juki there.
It's almost a home goal. It's a big error.
Let's go to Tommy's sideline.
Well, look, Soward, what a great little kick by him there. Put the Parramatta players under enormous pressure. What I'd like to see, we just seen that there, but what I would do now with Soward is just take a couple up rucks up into the middle of the post, and then he's got to do a few little darts himself. He's got to try to take all control of this game.
Tommy, if you watch Jamie Soward when he runs, more times than not, if he dummies the ball, there's a gap for him, but he keeps going wide.
Yeah, and he must do this.
Lewis goes out for Aubusson. He's 15 metres from the line. Aubusson strong, running a tortai. Held up 8 metres away from the line. 18 all. 13 minutes remaining. Lewis. Centre field it comes. Lapini Paea. Taken to ground by Keating. 5 metres now away. Out of dummy half goes Lewis. And the Parramatta defence having to hang on. Perinara is there with Lewis. It'll be played by Paea. Kostjason. They come to Lewis. Long cut-out ball. Aubusson got it away from Malcolm. Forced back in field. Now Troy Malcolm. He gets over. He doesn't force it. Troy Malcolm has not got the ball down. Miraculous defence from Parramatta. He dived, but couldn't get it down.
They shut down the opportunity on the flank. He's had to use footwork to get back in field. He stopped, he started, headed back to the flank, there was no space, and couldn't ground it.
John Williams, the Eels winger, has done a sensational job. Sensational.
That is so close. The in-goal judge right there.
It's Matty Singh-like.
John Williams, the player who will be playing with these blokes next year. Saves the day for Parramatta right there. 18 all. 12 to go. Green with it for the Eels. Tommy thought the Jets were in.
They have to work for a field goal here.
Lewis goes straight forward. They are pointing very direct runs right now, Parramatta. I think it'll be Green who's going to put himself in a position to play. The balls are slow though. There's going to be no momentum from this. Mateo with it. Attacks around the corner. Got the pass to Tortai. He'll be held up 22 metres out. Last tackle. They're out near the sideline. Williams. In it comes from Mateo. He just steadies for the high ball. Lottery out of the wing of Kenny Dowell. He's able to come up with the ball. Good stuff. Newtown back in possession. Lana Birchall sideline.
So well on that last play. And in fact, the only thing keeping him out of first grade are two blokes by the name of Eric Gross Jr. and Jared Hayne. Other than those two, he would be in first grade.
Yeah, Lana, we mentioned that round 14 match earlier this year against Melbourne in the NRL. He got himself a hat-trick, Johnny Williams. He is a good player. And he will be off at the Roosters next year. Lai plays it for L'Estrange.
Been very impressed today with the Eels' second rowers, Mateo and Paea. Very, very strong and can offload.
Soward. Lewis had to rush to get his kick in from inside the 40. Big angle on the kick too. Fielded by Chris and Anu. He's lost it in the tackle straight away. And the Jets come up with the ball. Coming up to the 10-minute mark now. Sean Kenny Dow with the ball. When Soward kicked that field goal 2 years ago, there are only seconds remaining against the Sharks to win the Jersey Fleet Grand Final. He got it from around about this point.
He's pointing now, Vossi. He wants one. He wants a 1 point. This set.
Lewis, he takes it out wide now. Back in field with Paea. Unloaded there for Lai. Kept alive for Soward. Big overlap here on the left side. Out it goes. Out in front of Sean Kenny Dowell. We'll take a break on grand final day with 9.5 remaining. League grand final, thrilling finish. Second half, there's only been one penalty goal to Parramatta and an 18-all scoreline. And we can tell you that in the meantime, Melbourne have arrived at the ground, the Melbourne Storm. As Parramatta get up towards halfway. Now Perenara back for Blake Green. He's right on halfway. Not quite in field goal range just yet. Mateo, he's got this big right arm fend. He had the right arm free. Last tackle. Well, now they are close enough for a shot. Keating will get it back. Green's the kicker. Here it comes. It's not good from Blake Green. Skews off to the side and fielded by Soward. Newtown in possession. Here comes the push from Farah and Dalton.
With the error rate in this game so far, on the Parramatta defence, I'm pushing up right in their face, looking for a mistake. Give yourself another opportunity.
Newtown now will run outside their own 10. These are the Storm, not long, arrived at the ground in the rooms. There's Greg Inglis, nice and casual on the phone, no drama. Talking to him, mate, how you doing? What do you got on today, Greg? Oh, just playing a grand final. Now Lewis kicks from 30 metres out from his own line. He's looking for the 40-20. He doesn't quite get the angle on it. Kristen Anu, in it comes for Joel Reddy. He'll come back for Parramatta. Across the 30-metre line, could link up with Williams and held by the defence.
Great kick, great. This is game. What's going to happen? In the first half, we thought it was going to be 65-40. Now it's 18-all. Unbelievable game, unbelievable.
2-0 second half. Parramatta.
Both these games today, the kick-off grand final tonight, have been sensational.
2-point ball game in Jersey Flegg. Level scores here now in Premier League. Setting it up for the big one. 6:30 the pre-match entertainment. Kick off at 7. There's your brother, Mark. There's the handsome one in the family, Matty Geyer.
Yes.
There's Blake Green.
I told him to take his mask off after the game.
Parramatta keep it alive for Lenny Mateo. They're 20 metres out. Last tackle again. This time they've got Marcus Perenara in position. Plenty of time. Marcus Perenara has kicked it for the Eels.
Wrap him, MG. You wrap him.
The human pool table strikes again.
19 points to 18. 6 to go. We are inside the final 6 minutes of this Premier League grand final. Oak was hit in the tackle there, but Parramatta have their noses in front. They lead by 1. I think I'm right in saying their biggest lead of the match. If they've had any more than 2 points in front, this was the kick. He had all the time in the world, Marcus Perenara.
You mentioned young Oak, Vossi, earlier in the game, and he said he's a bit of a lightweight front rower, but TG, he's been busy today. Really good game from the young front rower, Brendan Oak.
Parramatta went for another kick from inside the 40. Aaron Lai comes back. For Newtown, gets back as far as the 40. You got to think that if they retain possession in this set, they're going to get themselves in field goal range. The Jets, Tonga, if they're thinking of just trying to get it to level scores. Now across field with Soward. Out they come for Dumas. Dumas is 40 metres from the line. How are you bearing up, Tommy? The Jets are down by 1.
To perfection to get in position for that field goal, and it looks like the Jets have worked into position here. They'll take another one up, and I'm sure they will go for field goal after this.
Aubusson gets out for Malcolm. Malcolm's got a chance for a 4-pointer. Tackled by Williams again, and then loses the ball. Johnny Williams has scored 2 huge blows against Troy Malcolm. Let's head down to Tim Gilbert's sideline with a scrum 10 metres out, Parramatta feed.
Yeah, and we're with Melbourne Storm coach Craig Bellamy. Craig, they look very relaxed in Parramatta Park with the cricket match. They're very at ease your side.
Yeah, it's basically been like that all week, and they were last week. Actually, I was a little bit surprised last week how relaxed they were, and they just followed that on again this week. So, as you say, they were nice and relaxed at the cricket, and they're still the same.
Well, tonight it's a massive stage. Is it all about keeping those systems in place?
Yeah, it certainly is. You know, we want to stick to the routines that have worked for us throughout the year, and like I say, we haven't changed anything as far as our preparation, except the grand final breakfast. But other than that, it's been processes as usual, and hopefully, you know, we can do the things out on the field tonight that have been working for us so well throughout the year.
Just a little bit of an insight. What will those last words be from you?
probably go out and enjoy it. Again, we've worked really hard to get here, and you know, we're not satisfied with being here, but you know, they've got to enjoy the night, and hopefully they will.
Massive few hours. Craig, thanks for talking to us, mate.
No, I appreciate it, Tim. Thanks.
Yeah, well done,
Thanks,
Craig Bellamy, affording us some time. The Melbourne Storm coach, Marcus Perinara, with the ball, 5 metres inside the Parramatta half. Craig's been very generous right through the final series, and we do appreciate it. And now the kick from Keating. They want to trap Newtown down in the corner. Cross goes lie. Newtown have got 3.5 minutes to come up with something. 19-18, they trail. Lies close to the sideline. Ball by Inu. Now Soward. And across for Kenny Dow. He's hit hard there by Lewis. They're outside their 20 now. With 2 tackles into the count. This time Tonga takes the straight hit up, makes 10. Almost came out the other side of the defence. Lewis was low down. L'Estrange Lewis is going to play a big card. He wants a 40-20. Reddy's going across for it. He's done it. What a play, Josh Lewis. With 3 minutes remaining, he's launched it off the boot and he's covered some 50 metres. And then he rushes down to get the front row with Jamie Soward for the time off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is as good as it gets. Josh Lewis, showing maturity beyond his years, has come up with a huge play. A 40-20. 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Races downfield. He knows he's given his side a chance to score some points and perhaps win this game.
And then to rush down, to form the scrum, to form the clock to be stopped. We saw Lewis and Soward in the front row.
Jamie Soward, take them on. He's got to take them on.
Tommy Radonica, sideline.
Yeah, guys, the Jets were all but gone. And again, Lewis, the superstar. Yet see what happens here, guys.
The Jets are never gone, Tommy. They're still with us. Here's Soward across field, 15 metres out from the line. Tortoise there in defence. With Blake Green, 19 points to 18. 2.5 minutes remaining. High ball there for Aaron Lai. Tackled by Brendan Oak. Just 10 metres out from the line. L'Estrange will get the dummy half. Tonga was a decoy with a thinking field goal. It missed everyone. Newtown still with the ball. Tiring Parramatta defence. You'd think you could still go try for a couple. No, they're going to go deep. Field goal. Lewis, strike from Lewis. Lewis has got it for the Jets. 19-all in the Premier League Grand Final. And we've got a second half scoreline of 3-1.
How good is this kid?
He's been the best today, Benny, I think.
Under pressure. He stood tall for the full 80 minutes, for the full 78 minutes. He's come up with a huge play to give his side a chance to maybe go to extra time. There's still 1:35 to go.
Well, Parramatta need deep kick-off here. Blake Green. Newtown get anywhere near Parramatta's half, they will take another shot before full time. Here we go. 2 thrilling finishes in both grades so far. 2 points the difference in Flegg, and scores locked here in Premier League. Tonga with a ball. Almost back to the 30. Now L'Estrange, dummy half. They come to centre field with Schubert. Takes the hit up, takes the tackle of Lewis. Then also Oak. L'Estrange, down the left they go. Dumas with a ball. Almost back to halfway. That's on tackle number 4. Need big metres on this charge. They're not quite going to do it. Schubert only just inside Parramatta territory. I tell you what, Soward still thinks he can kick it that far. It'll come back for Jamie Soward. He'll take the shot. Jamie Soward doesn't get it far enough. Reddy fields it just out from his own goal line. Joel Reddy back for Parramatta at 19 points all with 30 seconds remaining. And the Eels, they don't look to have too much petrol left in the tank. Kristen Anu comes across field. One of the Newtown players, it was Aubusson, hit the deck. Been told by his teammate, get up, you've got to get back in the line, he's in trouble. Mitch Aubusson. Now Paea. He skips up past the trainer for Newtown. He's out the defensive line at the moment. Ball knocked down, knock on Parramatta. But full-time siren sounds, and we're off to Golden Point extra time. Oh boy, what a grand final day.
What a second half, really. The first half was a filling out period, but the second half's been unbelievable. Intense footy, and all the good players in the game are starting to rise to prominence, especially young Lewis.
A lot of exhausted players out there. Let's go down to the sideline as we wait to the kick-off to Golden Point. Here's Tim Gilbert.
Here's Tawira Nikau. He was here in 1999. Golden Point out here. Close games all day. This big one's going to be close as well.
Certainly is, mate. Can go anyway. You know, the Broncos, a side that can hurt you from anywhere, but the Storm, I think the boys will be starting to feel the nerves now, Tim.
Are you feeling them, T?
Certainly am, mate, on the sideline, starting to bring back memories of 99, but you know, all the young blokes look pretty calm and collected, but underneath it'll be starting, the crescendo will be starting to build, mate.
Always great to talk to you. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Tim. Thanks very much.
Another grand final hero on the sideline with Timmy Gilbert this afternoon. The teams in their huddles right now. Marcus Perenara laying down the law. Don't have to be Einstein to work out. You're going to be looking for the 7 and 6 for Parramatta and the 7 and 6 for Newtown for the field goal. Brisbane have arrived at the ground amid all this drama. They're in their rooms, which is the away room here at Telstra Stadium. Melbourne, as minor premiers, get the home room. The Broncos are here as they will chase a 6th title later on tonight.
It's set the scene, hasn't it, this great game? Fantastic, fantastic game as we see the Brisbane dressing room again, looking pensive. The great old coach, look at him, wandering around, going for his 6th grand final tonight.
What would be going through his mind at the moment, Benny Eichen, with what, 2 hours to go till kick-off, an hour and a half?
I gave up trying to get inside Wayne Bennett's head years ago. It can't be done.
But he's cool, calm and collected, isn't he?
Actually, someone asked me through the week, is he being grumpy this week? I said he's being grumpier.
Well, here we go, boys. Extra time to decide the Premier League title. We stay with the action. Kick off by Lewis, and he doesn't go all that deep, only as far as the 10-metre line. He had some angle on the kick as well. So Parramatta, first tackle. Marcus Perenara will play it. Zeb Paea, he takes the hit up. He gets to the 30. Good defence from Dumas. And Denny Williams, they really did line him up there. The Eels with Henry Perenara, the last try scorer in this match. That was right on half-time. A tryless second 40 minutes. And a 3-1 scoreline in the second half.
Good ball.
There's now a great ball to Reddy. He's into open pasture. He's 30 metres out from the line. He's 20 away. Reddy tackled by Soward. 15 metres from the line. Eels have got a chance to score a try. Farrell was held. Ball on the ground. Green now with it 10 metres out is put in a shocker of poor carriage proportions.
You cannot tell me that the Newtown Jets weren't offside off the back of that play then. Poor option, I know, as we see them break.
And now the Jets make the run back with Dumas. Oh, I'm with you, Benny. They're all offside markers, the whole bit. Farrell was caught by an offside player. But then poor old Blake Green's kick, and now high tackle. Perenara on Aaron Lai.
Now he gives the penalty.
This is what you were talking about, Benny. The offside Newtown players coming back on side.
Just calm down, mate.
No.
Just calm down. You're going to talk to your player.
I think Parrish just consolidated and said, OK, let's get 1 point here, boys. Only need 1 point to win.
Thanks, Marcus.
Well, this is going to put Newtown in that field goal zone. They find the line 40 metres out from the Parramatta goal line. 2 or 3 tackles. I don't think they'll wait to the 5th to take the shot. They'll be 20 metres out. Here's Tonga. Taken down. Lewis has already kicked one from 30 out and hit it sweetly. L'Estrange at dummy half. Passes here for Soward. On it comes for Williams. Williams is 29 metres from the line and tackled by Lewis. Dummy half this time, L'Estrange. Lewis, that was Josh. Inside for Kostjason. He gets inside the 20. They don't need to get any closer if they want to kick it. L'Estrange, back it comes. Pressure's coming up. Lewis can't get the shot in. Good stuff, Parramatta. Lewis decides to run. Now he's headed back infield. Josh Lewis with the ball. Newtown, 8 metres from the line. This time Soward, he's the cab at the rank. He's got the ball. He kicks it low, kicks it to the side.
It's as bad a drop kick you'll see from a bloke that can kick him from 50 metres out. Had plenty of time to get that one over the crossbar and between the uprights.
Benny, I'm worried about Tommy. He's the bloke who had the heart surgery just a few weeks ago.
He's fallen out of his chair, I can see from here.
Tommy, you're still with us. You're okay.
Yes, I certainly am, guys. I tell you, this game is absolutely sensational. What Newtown must, it's paramount. They've got to really hold these blokes off. But, geez, I tell you what, both sides, they're running out of gas. And, what can I say?
Oh, good plug for Paramount shirts there, Tommy. Paramount, you got it in. The old sponsor of Newtown, 81. Well done. Eels with the ball, 5 metres inside their own half. Here's Brendan Oak, he's to halfway. Darren Lockyer, Alan Langer watch on, two of the greats of Queensland, of the Broncos in Australia. Now Parramatta with Inu. It's over to the Eels, it's over to Marcus Perinara or Blake Green. Keating with the ball. Another straight hit up, Henry Perinara. He gets to the 20-metre line. Marcus Perinara in position. He's with it. There's the snap. Charge down. Newtown getting the ball. Lapini Paea. They got 5 minutes of extra time, then another break, and then you play until you get a result. So 90 seconds remaining in this period. Aubusson with the ball. He's okay again. Roy will be happy. Newtown back to halfway. And now Lai, a dummy half out for Soward. Cut out ball. Away for Dumas. Dumas, 45, rolls it down his back. That's a nice trick at this stage of the game. With it is Kenny Dowell. He runs back to centre field. And tackled front on. 42 metres from the line. They'll take another shot. Lewis. Now he's got the distance and not the direction. Gets it to the in goal. Trickles over the dead ball line. They rush that one. And a 20-metre restart for Parramatta.
It's tough mentally here for the players. So we see the Brisbane Broncos looking on. They're cagey. They're looking forward to what's going to be a big game. But for the Premier League players here at the moment, they've still got to look for scoring opportunities with the ball in hand. Can't all be about the field goal.
Yeah, I think they went one play too early then. They should have waited one more kick, get a bit closer, and that's 45 metres out from the corner. Never going to get that drop kick.
Faleti Mateo back to the 30 at 19 all, and we're coming up to the end of this first 5 minutes. And it will be Parramatta kicking off for the next period. Newtown to have first possession. Here is Keating. He'll get back up to halfway. Trying to link up with support. Defence there of Williams. And the half-time siren sounds in our first period of extra time. They swap over. Parramatta will restart play. And now they keep playing until points are scored and we have a result.
80 minutes of grand final football is tough, MG. You know well as anyone. These guys are going in a minute 86. How do you think they're feeling?
Well, we played in the semi-final back in 1990 against the Canberra Raiders to get to the grand final. And it basically went over 20 minutes. And by the end of it, we're knackered. These blokes out there at the moment, exactly the same way as we head down to Big Tommy. How you feeling, brother?
Yeah, guys, both of these sides are dead set knackered. Fair dinkum. They're out on their feet, but I agree with you guys up there. What they've got to look at now is scoring tries, because both sides are tied. I'd be ducking from dummy half. These gaps are going to appear, especially up the centre. That's what I'd be doing.
Tommy, you don't mind doing a bit of overtime for us. You've waited 25 years for the rematch.
Oh, mate, and I'll tell you what, mate, it can be still anybody's game. Maybe a little chip over the top they need. I don't know. Let's see what they do.
Parramatta send us into more extra time. Fielded there by Aaron Lai. It'll be brought back by Danny Williams for Newtown. Tackled 15 metres out from his own line. Half-time score was only 2 points the difference. Jets in front. Second half, 3-1 to Parramatta. And we're now past the 85-minute mark as L'Estrange's tackle. 15 metres inside his own half. That's tackle number 3. Soward for Tonga. Tonga not running hard enough that time to make big metres. And to ground he goes in the arms of Paea. 8 metres short of halfway. L'Estrange, Lewis. He's taken a field goal attempt from 57 out.
Why does Golden Point make players think they can all of a sudden kick field goals from 60 metres out?
He thinks he was Eric Sims there, and that was unbelievable.
It's fatigue. That's what it is.
Well, I don't know about Eric Sims. I think he thought he was the $6 million man. I think he's got a bionic right leg. I think Eric Sims could have got it from there. Talima Tortau with it. 31 metres out from his own line. Marcus Perinara in a dummy half. At 19 all, and then, juggle, it's put down by Mateo.
Here we go.
Advantage the Blue Bags. The Newtown Jets. Soward. Paea with it. it. Good charge. Paea loses his shorts. Shows us the back door. They're looking to go through the front though. L'Estrange for Soward. Williams. He's 19 metres out from the line. They've got Soward and Lewis. Lewis is deep. He'll get the shot here. It comes from Soward. Here we go. Lewis gets the shot and Lewis is wide. Oh, Tommy, can you kick a field goal? Grab a jumper. Mate, get out there and take a kick.
Hey, guys, I couldn't kick to save myself. But Newtown are a bit silly here. What I'd be doing if I was there when they got the ball, I'd be attacking the little halfback Marcus Perenara. Mate, he's carrying a few extra pounds there. I'd be targeting him because, mate, I reckon that's where they're going to be weak, especially coming up here late in this game.
Oh, how many shots have we had, Benny?
6 attempts from Newtown thus far. They've got to get one. The law of averages have got to play a part by the end of this game.
Now the ball with Kristen Anu. We might have to put first grade kickoff back. Now the ball goes from Paea. This is good stuff from Parramatta. Now they've got a chance. 31 metres from the line. They will be in position to kick. Henry Perenara goes straight through the middle. They're looking at Marcus Perenara this time. Marcus, step up to the plate, son. Marcus Perenara. He's got it for the Eels. They've won the Premier League Grand Final. What a thriller. And it is stacks on for the Parramatta Eels. 2 years in a row they win the Premier League Grand Final. We break, Parramatta winning 20-19.
It may be a sign of things to come as we welcome back to Telstra Stadium with Marcus Perenara steering the Parramatta Premier League side home in Golden Point with the field goal over Newtown to win that one 2019. Earlier today, the Jersey flag was a 2-point margin, a close one there as well with Penrith getting the honours there. And